roof is open, and we've got football from NRG Stadium in Houston. Today, we've got a good Week 5 matchup in store here between the Detroit Lions and the Houston Texans. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. From the 10. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the game's first play, and it's second down now. Now, this defense for the Lions, they were very good last week in the win over New Orleans.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. I think you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle. Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. Play fake, and it's Tannehill. He'll buy some time right. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown, Detroit. Jamison Williams halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Lions get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Pulls it in at the 13. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Check 43. Hey, 66. 72.
Now Brady. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football. So problems with errant passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week and now another here in this first quarter.
And sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week, and he can't do it all on one throw.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. After the interception, here's Tannehill. Rolling to his right. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. They'll fake it. Now Tannehill. Eluding the pressure right. Catch is made by Hardman. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
Good work there, holding him out on first down, and this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll try again. And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. A great effort there with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Lions lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. A fairly short kick from the 14. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. Let's see if they can do better here on this drive. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. To the 43, 2nd down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Here's Brady to throw. Finds his man. It's John Mechie. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. To throw, it's Brady. And the reception made by Green. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions 19. Ready for the 2nd quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Into the red zone, it's Brady. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, You can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on third down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Throwing is Brady on third down. And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up fourth down. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD, and it comes on the third drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far, finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence, because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
On 2nd and 12, Tannehill out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Hockenson. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. On first down, Tannehill trying for right, and it's intercepted. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. It just appeared there that the defense, they had that read from the moment the ball was snapped. And not only did they get the interception, add a nice return on top of it, all the way into the end zone for a defensive touchdown.
Yeah, and the guy who made the play, he gets the points, but it really was a group effort, wasn't it? How about the coaches? They've got to be so excited. All the preparation, time in the film room, it translated into a big play that put points on the board for their team.
Pinheiro's extra point up and good. And that makes it a 14-10 ball game. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he returns this to the 22. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. And the Texans are going to get the football here at their own 23. Well, his arm strength, never an issue, but this one winds up in the wrong hands.
Oh, the coverage here is just terrific, because when it's done really well, sometimes you can't distinguish whether it's the receiver or the defensive back the ball's intended for. He actually ran with him in perfect motion and able to make a big-time play.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. A run between the tackles with Cohen. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Brady going to throw. And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Here's Brady. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 34.
Check 52. Hey, Alabama.
Now Brady. Got a man. It's Darren Waller. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. First down, a run with Cohen. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. We remind you in just a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Orlando and our good friend Jonathan Coachman. Coach will run through some of the numbers and the next-gen stats from this first half of football so far. On 2nd and 12, Brady. Throwing left side, it's complete. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal? And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Texans have moved out in front. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And it's now 17-14. After the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
To try again after the sack. Tannehill steps away to his left. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. Well, Charles, you know, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Hey, Bolt 66. Hey, 66.
Now Brady. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Afitu Melifonwu. And some space here. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. It's up and good to make it 21-17. So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. Pulls it in at the 13. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And they'll have time for 1 play. That's it. 3 seconds to go before intermission. They'll roll him out right. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Lions taking the lead to the break. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner.
Yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
4 yards the pickup, first down.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
He's airing it out for Williams. And incomplete on the deep ball.
He already came through for them on this drive. No surprise that they were hoping he could do it again.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. Completes it to Hardman. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's right. He's going to have the first down and then some. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big play there on the catch and run. 31 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Tannehill sliding out of the pocket. Going to throw deep for the end zone. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
What will look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Back to throw, Tannehill. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. Open man, and he's got Williams. Touchdown, Lions. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon as his guys are able to extend their lead. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
Taken at the 15, a short kick. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors. That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Second and 10. Thanks for tagging along with us here from Houston, Texas. Now a handoff running through the middle. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
I got you. Back it. Mike 4. Come on, boy. Come on, boy. You got to be ready. Don't be scared of it. Shadow. Mike 4. You.
From the gun, it's Brady. And Brady going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Off play action, Tannehill. He's got a man. That's caught left sideline. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. That's good for 28 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Tannehill. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
That's a really nice job there by the coverage, understanding that they're in a high-stakes situation. If he doesn't make a play on that ball, there's an excellent chance it ends up either as a touchdown or as a nice gain downfield.
On 2nd and 10, Tannehill, complete to right. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And looking at Houston defensively, they've got a dime set. 6 DBs on 3rd. Here's Tannehill. He's got his man. That's Hardman. And he's brought down. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's right. And this time he is in.
Yes.
A great play there. With touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. The point after is good, and that will make this a 19-point game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. A fairly short kick from the 14. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
On 2nd and 11 now. Brady. And Waller taking it in over the middle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Brady. He's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Vinny Curry, the defensive end, got there off the edge. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Another try after the 1st down sack. Brady. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 3 quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Now a give right side. Right. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make 2nd down pretty tough. This offense has had a lot to like in this game. I don't know that last play, though, is going to make the highlight reel.
It's not going to make the highlight reel, but it will be the focus of the film session that the team has to sit through. I've sat through those before. Never any fun. You're always excited about your good plays, and they actually fast forward through those. All right, that was good. All right, great. They get to the bad ones and really illuminate them. Not cool.
And the tackle made at the 13. He is well short of the 1st. Call it a gain of 5. 4th down now. And this one is right through, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. Flushed out right. That is caught. It's the tight end, Tunyon. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. On 1st and 10, here's Brady. The screen pass here to Cohen. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Brady now to throw. This is caught. It's Cooks. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Now a shotgun handoff to Cohen. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. On play action, it's Brady. Buying time to his left. And it's caught. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Brandon Cooks. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Texans have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Well, they needed 3 scores to have any chance. There's the first of the 3 as they get into the end zone.
Yeah, Brandon, I think that our guys at Next Gen Stats in charge of the win probability are probably saying your chances still aren't great. But now, you still got more than 3 minutes to go. You got to focus on the task at hand, which is going to be getting the football back as quickly as possible.
They're going to keep it on the ground. And he is going to be stopped short of the goal line. Oh, they'll mark him inside the 1. He just couldn't keep churning those extra few inches. And the 2-point attempt is turned aside. And the Lions are able to cover this one up. 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
On 1st and 10, Tannehill. And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown in. Frankly, that should have been another pick right there. Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Tannehill. Wright's got him. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. Throwing again is Tannehill. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Derek Stingley picks it. And the Texans are going to take possession here at their own 33. Now with that interception, you feel like we got a ball game again. Remember, 2-score contest and still time left here in the 4th.
And in the old days, not too long gone either. Throwing the ball here would have been an absolute no-no, but the way the game's played now, throwing it makes sense. You just have to be careful when you put it in the air.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Brady. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Dancing to his left. And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
And the Lions are going to take over at their own 13-yard line.
I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years, but here we go. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing now, Tannehill. Forced out to his left. He's got a man, complete. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up. So that changes things. Here's 1st and 10 all the way up at the 45. He's airing it out for Williams. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. And give him a gain of 37. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Now Tannehill. His throw caught at about the 5.
And the Lions are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
On 1st down. It's right, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A 3-yard touchdown run.
And the Lions add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory.
Extra point right down the middle, and that pushes the lead up to 23. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And a short kick taken at about the 16. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. Just too much to handle on the other side in this one.
Hey, 66. Tight ends on the loosey. Tight ends on the loosey. Three down.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's going to let it fly. And now here is another interception. And the Lions are going to have it here just past the 25. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
He's airing it out for Williams. It got his man complete. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for Detroit, their strong September has carried over to October as they move to 5-0. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Arizona Cardinals. Meanwhile, for the Texans, they'll fall to 1-4 with a loss. And they'll be back home next week for a date with the New York Jets. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.